Another day, give thanks to life, health, and strength. Give thanks to the Black Life Giver. Give thanks to our divine prophet, priest, and king. We do give thanks for the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, Church of Divine Salvation, the people above all kingdoms, standing governmental, parliamentary, churchical, statical, and sabbatical. With our already founder, leader, president, the Lord of the Sabbath, the Most Right Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, we ever give thanks to Holy Comforter, our blessed teacher within this time to bring things to remembrance once more, as how we used to live from creation, to clothe our righteous self once more again, to elevate our minds, teach us to elevate our minds to the highest height that we can reach in ourselves, our goddess liberty and our God liberty within this time. We do give thanks once more for International Child Rights Week, going through the earth. We do give thanks to the rights of all children in this time. All human beings are born free and equal. The right is, consider that anyone under the age of 18 is a child. Therefore, when you look at this as an international right, therefore, when you're giving a young daughter, to be at the age of consent, 16-year-old for a big man, or it could be a grandfather or father, to even, it's right for him to go on to her at that time and to have intercourse with her, It's that child, In Russia, they have 14 years for the age of consent, and they're debating to bring it to 12. And we can't be like that in our race, in our society, We give thanks to the youths in this time. We do give thanks once more for everything that has been said and done already by the Honorable Priest. We give thanks and glorify. We give thanks, the artillery for anyone, A main ingredient in even our green drink right there, At the food of 7 there, you could get your green drink right there in Castries, Before we had left the program, the previous program, we were speaking about Haiti. I just made a little highlight there on Haiti, and showing to our brothers and sisters here in the Western world that we must not look on Haiti with a scorn or a grudge, because you have many people that say that Haiti is cursed. A lot of people, because of ignorance, because they know not, they were, as the prophet said, many people just walk on in darkness, Now Haiti has been through a lot. What you see happening to Haiti, it's not just like that. It not come overnight like that. You'll say they are cursed. That is wrong. As we said, Haiti was one of the first here to even get their independence from out of the hands of the French government when they won their battle there and got their independence in 1804. And when they got their independence in 1804, the Republic of Haiti, because they gave back the land the name Haiti. I said they would give back the original name, in respect to the indigenous people, the Arawak Indians, So even there, after the independence, they declared in Article 44 of their constitution that anyone of African descent, have escaped any one of these plantations, whether here from St. Lucia, Jamaica, wherever it may be, in the Caribbean, even Brazil, America, could find themselves in Haiti. They were known as a citizen of Haiti. They were free because Haiti no more recognized slavery. And going on till even 1825, wherein you find out that boatloads of people, they say that, were moving from port for port, trying to reach Haiti. But Britain withdrew herself, and America, and they said they did not recognize Haiti as an independent state unless France recognized Haiti as an independent state. You understand? Which the French government did not. So they said if they are to recognize Haiti as an independent state now, Haiti would have to pay compensation, you know, for all that they, the French government, lost. So they had a meeting on their 21st anniversary, and they decided that they were going to pay the compensation, right, over 150 million francs, you know. And it took them years to pay that compensation. From 1825, they finished paying that in 1940 and 8. You understand? And it showed that 70% of their foreign currency, everything that they receive, had to go to the French. So the French government and the people really bled Haiti. Right? And when you look at it, you might say, then why did they say that they'd pay the compensation? But it was a form of extortion, as you'd say. You know, you see someone, you know, you hold up your big gun and they have to pay you. You know, a lot of people being extorted over the world. Extortion is paid all over the world. Because at that time when they were holding the meeting, you find out that out there in the waters, you had France had battleships out there. Saying it's either you sign or it's just war again. And remember that Haiti defeated on the battlefield the French government to get their independence, but these people still never recognize Haiti as an independent state. Right? And after they agreed that they'd pay the reparation, the compensation, they sent in their accountants to value everything, how everything was, and they valued over 300,000 slaves. They valued all the things that they lost, their kitchen utensils, their cattle, their goats, their sheep, their cows. And even on the cabinet, they had 7 members who were slaves, or former slaves, and they also were valued. But the thing that Haiti did, that the governments and the other small islands and the people in the small islands, the Western world must respect, is that Haiti said, if you escaped and reached there, you are now free and you are a citizen of Haiti. Now, we have these differences amongst us in the Western world as black people. We're from Trinidad, we're from Jamaica, we're from Bahamas, we're from St. Lucia, we're from Cuba, we're from all over. But we look on ourselves different. Because you're from that island, you're different. We are not different people. That's how they say it. We might be different people under different names. But when we look at it, we have been on the same journey. We have all faced the same thing. Discrimination of all kinds. That's why we must forsake a brother when he's down. We must look to help each other. Because even the Western world now, when the Caribbean countries are talking about reparation, because that is the hot topic, that is the topic. No matter what, that is the topic. Some people have different means. Some people look on reparation just as a monetary thing. But reparation is more than that. It's internal and external. If the Caribbean countries, those are on the reparation committees, they can't be sitting down. They can't be sitting down and nothing is not going on. Because that is one of the things that we have to get rectified amongst ourselves. Even that internal reparation amongst ourselves as black people here in the Western world. To unite as a united force. So we could make our claims, and we have to begin to start educating the youths in general. Because as we said before, all these things that they speak about Haiti and even against the Rastafaris. We give thanks. There was a speech at the revitalization of reparation there in Chicago this year with Honorable Sir Hilary Beckles, when he included Rastafari and give thanks for the Rastafari people who, when they were sleeping, as he said, no, they were sleeping, the Rastafari kept the banners alive of repatriation and reparation. And so respect must be given to those people. As I was, on a bus and I was getting here to the studios, and there was a gentleman that said to me, said one thing with Rastafari from that time. He's telling me what he's saying. He said Rastafari from that time, they always kept so close to nature. They always kept so close to nature. As a people that bring forth remembrance of how they used to live. But he said something to me again. He said there are many now in this time, that's his point, that are saying Rastafari, but they are strayed from that whole harmony once more with nature. And he's speaking about the things we eat. So even within our Rastafari community, at this time, we're rising up the Rastafari members. As I'm speaking to the family this evening, remember that Rastafari never used to drink alcohol, nor tobacco and these things. Rastafari never used to burn or spliff on the sidewalk. So we give thanks to life, health and strength again, and we'll continue our discussion again, but revive the works of our Divine Majesty Emperor Selassie. Revive the works of the reparation movement within this time. Give thanks to life, health and strength again. And remember, every child have a right. So give thanks and respect the human rights of each and every individual and every child in this time. God is love. Let us all love. We're due for an intercession. Bless the Lord.
To my Lord, give thanks for life and almighty life giver.
Bless the Lord. Give thanks again. Yes, as I was saying, we say revive thy works. Because we're down in the valley for a very long time and we never get weary yet. And our forefathers, they fought a mighty battle to reach to where we are at this time. So we can't let those battles go in vain. And as we were speaking about our family as Rastafari, because many great Rastafari leaders rise to bring forward a standard of Rastafari liberty. And therefore we have to uphold that standard and know that we are the people that upheld this banner of freedom to show the people themselves continually of fundamental freedom, redemption, international repatriation with due compensation. So we can't sit down as a people, as a Rastafari people in this time. We have to go forth with the mantle, the torch, and lead the way continually. So we have to be an ensample to the flock. Yes, everyone have their universal declaration of human rights, but as Marcus Mosiah Garvey said, we have no time to idle. He says playing bone dice is sin. Going from place to place is sin. Because there's nothing done. There's nothing achieved. There's no school bills. There's no infrastructure. And we can't let the youths in this time think that Rastafari is just about on the sidewalk and gambling, speaking any and anyhow. His Majesty is a very intelligent man. Therefore, we have to use our words wisely And the words that we use is always to uplift the nation in everything that we do. You understand? So we have come a far way. You know, give thanks to our Rastafari man and woman is upkeeping and upholding that principle. But to the younger generation that is coming, Rastafari liberty is not a style. And we have to know that. We give thanks, you know, for the members of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, Bobo Shanti. And you members also have a principle to uphold and upkeep continually. You know, to uphold and uplift the head of the Most Right Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards continually, because the world knows what he comes about. So we as his apostles continue to show the world what he is about within truth and rights, standing within human rights and human justice, and being an ensample to the flock continually. Give thanks everything again, good and said. We turn over to the honorable priest, and for any near word, we'll meet each other again. Blessed love. Honorable. This flag set, though it's not really current, right? Either that one, that one. You will see all of those, but when you look in the heavens, right? You see the rainbow, right? You see the red, you see the gold, you see the green. And it's our covenant. That's the creation covenant that the Father will set the heavens and him after the flood. He showed Moses, Genesis chapter 9. So how we have it now, the red must always be at the top. Right? The red symbolizes your blood. Right? So the blood is life. So the blood must always be at the top. The gold comes next. It is the wealth of the nation.